Well, joining us now, Yossi Merkelberg, a Professor of International Relations and Faculty Lead on Outreach Projects at Regent University London. Thank you very much for joining us on France 24. Now, this has been a very long process, hasn't it? A lot of people said this trial would never happen. Are you surprised that Benjamin Netanyahu will appear in court later today?
No, I'm not surprised at all that he appears in court. The only thing that I'm surprised is it took more than 4 years since the allegation came to light first time that, despite all attempts to discredit the justice system, to discredit the police, to discredit the Attorney General, that at the end of the day, yes, it does happen. But if you look at the allegations, I don't think anyone should be surprised. And we have to look at the facts, though is innocent and is right to say innocent as long as there is no conviction is there. He doesn't deny the allegations themselves as such. He doesn't deny the facts. What he says, they don't constitute criminal activity. They don't constitute bribery or fraud or breach of trust. But the facts themselves are not contested. But after all these years of investigation, of hearing, I think that's probably the right thing to have to examine this in court.
Can we expect a fair trial given the huge pressure from both sides?
If you look at the history of the courts in Israel, the justice system, they always resisted pressure. Yes, there is a concerted effort to intimidate the judges. We'll see today that some ministers will join Netanyahu on his way to court, which is an unbelievable effort to exert pressure on the judges and in the Attorney General. The judges and the prosecutor in this case are actually escorted by bodyguards. And it feels sometimes that there is a trial of a head of organized criminal activity or organization. But at the same time, if you look at the track record of the courts in Israel, they convicted a former prime minister, interior ministers, a president even. So I think they're all in all resistant to any pressure.
Even if he is found guilty, there could be a lengthy appeals process, couldn't there? What is the likelihood of Netanyahu ever facing jail in reality?
Well, if he's convicted, I think, considering the seriousness of the allegation, I think it's a real possibility. But as you indicate, it's not a matter of weeks or months. It will take probably a few years, if including appeals on either side, acquitted or convicted. But bear in mind that according to the coalition agreement, within 18 months, he should become an alternate prime minister, and Benny Gantz becomes prime minister. In this situation, the question if he's still protected, as the High Court said 2 weeks ago, from staying in government. The prime minister, which is one of the anomalies in Israel legal system, is that can stay as prime minister despite facing court case, but ministers can't. So that's the question, what happened in 18 months?
Now, you predicted a while ago that the corruption case and the corruption allegations were the beginning of the end for Benjamin Netanyahu. 3 elections later, he is still the prime minister. How do you explain his remarkable staying power?
Yes, I must admit that 4 years ago I wrote that this is the beginning of the end, and sometimes the mills of justice grind very slowly, but finally as well. So I think, yes, if he falls guilty in court, this is the beginning of the end of his political career. And it's already in the process, because in 18 months he should step down anyway, according to the coalition agreement. But if you see what happened in the last 4 years, Netanyahu and his supporters released all brakes in order to discredit anyone in the police, in general prosecution, the judges, everyone that remotely tried to achieve justice, to reach justice, been attacked and in a wild way, in a venomous way. And by the end of the day, it actually shows the resilience of Israeli democracy, and I hope it will stay like this, that despite all of this attack, talking about the deep state, the left, conspiracies against Netanyahu, and attack on the right, the court case will actually open today.
Yossi Merkelberg at Regent's University, thank you very much.
Thank you.